Everyone's got something to say, a story inside that needs to come out. Life stories. These aren't the kind of stories you hear every day. Sometimes they're hard to tell, and a lot of the time nobody's even listening. I hate it when that happens, don't you? I know it's hard to believe, but some of the best stories I've heard lately, these stories of a lifetime, are told by people just starting out, young people, like me. Stories About Facing Fear is an ongoing after-school teen storytelling program offered to secondary schools and universities throughout the UK and Spain. Open to any and all teens and young adults who want to and need to tell their stories. Held on site at schools, youth clubs, youth centres, places where students meet. Lasts about an hour, meets once a week, and is made up of about 5 to 20 students. Well, I'm going to stop talking now so you can hear for yourself. This is Danny. I know him really well, and I've heard his story before, but it's definitely worth hearing again.
I was never very confident as a young child, but when I was about 9 or 10, I always remember my mum literally forced me to go and play football at the club just across the road. But all I wanted to do was stay at home. This feeling of not wanting to go probably come partly from an inner fear that I wasn't good enough to play football, and the other kids laughing at me when I did used to go. And I always knew I had to go again in a week's time, so there was never no getting away from it. Yeah, so as I got older, I was playing football for a pretty decent team, but the only problem was the mentality was solely to win at all costs. Nothing else mattered. Didn't matter if you was happy, didn't matter. They didn't treat you as people, they treated you as a process. I'd never say anything when I was being told I wasn't good enough, or being sworn and shouted at, often during the half-time team talks. I didn't quite understand why success couldn't come from just having mutual respect for each other. Yeah, confidence for me was something that I did know was inside of me, but I couldn't get it out. At about 17, I stopped playing football. And in this break, I spent more time with my family, done a bit of travelling, just explored other interests in my life. And strangely enough, my views on life did change dramatically. And with that, my confidence grew a lot. Recently, I took up acting. It's something completely out of my comfort zone and I've never done before. It's funny because when I told a friend of this, they simply said to me, well, if they're laughing at you today, they'll be laughing at someone else tomorrow. If you don't tell your story, it'll all be closed up, and these stories will all build up. I think there's plenty of children out there that might think, I can't do that because these other kids might laugh at me, or I won't do this because it's not me. I think if you go in life, just try new things, come right out of your comfort zone, and then looking back on it, you'll be happy about yourself. So me telling this story does make me feel better. And I think if there is any problems, it's best to talk about it to someone. Because when you talk about it, you feel like you're halving the problem, you're giving it to someone else and they can give their input. They might say something which you might not have thought of. It might make you think, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And then you strive on and carry on. As Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. Because obviously someday you'll get out of it.
Stories About Facing Fear was created to reduce feelings of social isolation and lack of communication, promote open and honest communication without interruption, acknowledge students while providing no criticism or judgment, and instill confidence and a sense of self-worth and importance. Maybe you're wondering what I'm all about. Sorry, I no longer tell my story. Been there, done that. I'm grateful because my story doesn't live inside me anymore. It's no longer mine. It's out there, somewhere. Now I'm free. You can be too, you know? If you've got a story inside that needs to come out,